Hello everyone, this is Madame Boom from Madame Boom Crochet. First, let's show you the materials. The most important tool in crocheting is a hook. For this project, I'll be using a 0.5mm crochet hook. Then there's the tatting threads. I usually use a size 80 tatting threads of Lisbeth and DMC. It doesn't really matter what thread you use. If you use a size 80 tatting thread for this project, I'm sure you can make a bag the same size as the one I made. And you need scissors, and this is the jewelry pliers I usually use when I need to pull the threads. If you do it by hand, it is not easy because the thread is too fine. So I took these jewelry pliers and used them to grab and pull a thread. I found it more useful than I expected. And this is an awl, and I usually use an awl with a curved tip. When crocheting a granny square, you can block it, but you can also simply use an awl to shape it. In this project, we'll primarily be using this awl to shape the granny squares. And this is very important when we do micro crochet. It's a cap that protects your fingers. Most are made of silicone. I'm using a fabric one together with a silicone one. It's okay to use silicone one only, but if you keep using it, you're going to get sweaty here, and I found it a bit inconvenient to get it in and out. So I usually wear a fabric finger protector and add this silicone cap on top. Everybody crochet a little differently, but I often use this third finger as a support. So I usually only wear it on this finger. I think you can just put it on the finger you need and work with it as you go. I think that covers the materials. If you're wondering where to buy these materials and tools, you can find them on the Amazon list in my profile link, so you can check it out there. First, to crochet a basic granny square, I'm going to work in 3 rounds. Let's start with the first round. I'm going to choose the thread to use for the first round and make a magic ring first. I'm going to make a magic ring with 2 layers of thread, wrap the thread twice around the finger. Then I'm going to start with the half double crochet. For the first half double crochet, insert the hook under the thread, turn it, and insert it in the magic ring. Then yarn over, pull it through the magic ring, yarn over, pull it through 2. This will give you a basic single crochet like this. You can add another single crochet to this to make it half double crochet. But then the end gets a little bigger and it's not pretty. So I just add a chain like this to finish the first half double crochet. You do the normal half double crochet from the second one, yarn over, insert it in the magic ring, yarn over again, pull it through the magic ring, yarn over, pull it through all 3. You have another half double crochet now. And add 2 chains and 2 more half double crochet. Add 2 chains. I tend to crochet a little tighter to make the motif smaller. If you crochet a little loosely, the motif will be a little bigger. And 2 half double crochet again, 2 chains, last 2 half double crochet, and 2 chains. Now the first round is almost done. Now I'm going to tighten the magic ring. And when we tighten the magic ring, we need to find which of the 2 loops is the first loop. If you pull on the end of the thread, there will be a loop that tightens. You'll need to tighten that loop first. I tighten that loop first, pull that thread to the end like this, tighten it up as much as you can, and then pull the remaining thread to tighten it as well. If you tighten it up well here, the hole in the middle doesn't get bigger, so you can finish it beautifully. After all that, insert the hook into the second loop from this first section. Yarn over, pull it all through. Slip stitch. The first round is all done. Cut the thread leaving about the length of your finger and pull it out. Ta-da! Can you see this? Take out the thread you want to use for the second round. Then we see 2 threads remaining from the first round, one from the magic ring and one from the end of first round. They will be enclosed together when working on the second round. Take the new thread and hold it about the same length as the one we cut at the end of the first round, similar to when starting the first round. Hold this thread like this, insert the hook under the thread, turn it, and insert it in the chain 2 space. Then yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, I'll pull it through 2. This will give us a basic single crochet like this, and chain 1 to make it a similar length to the half double crochet. And now we do normal half double crochet from here. We will enclose all these 3 thread tails. Yarn over, insert, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over again, pull through all 3 loops, chain 1, and 2 more half double crochet into the next chain 2 space. And chain 2, 2 more half double crochet in the same chain 2 space, and chain 1, 2 half double crochet in the next chain 2 corner space, chain 2, 2 more half double crochet in the same chain 2 space, if you want to make a bigger motif, you can do double crochet instead of half double crochet. And chain 1, 2 half double crochet in the next chain 2 corner space. So every corner you do, 2 half double crochet, 2 chain, 2 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 more half double crochet in the same chain 2 space, chain 1, and 2 half double crochet in the first chain 2 space, last chain 2, and slip stitch in the very first loop of second round. Again, cut the thread, leaving about the length of your finger, and pull it out. If we look here, other than this thread that you just cut, there are 3 previously enclosed threads like this. We're going to cut these 3 threads before we go to round 3. Pull each thread as much as possible. Then cut the tail as close as possible so that it's not visible. Do not cut this thread, the thread that was cut after working the second round. So now the second round has been completed. Now we are going to work on the third round. Take out the thread we want to use for the third round and hold it about the same length as the thread you cut at the end of the second round. Hold this thread like this, just like when you started the second round. Insert the hook under the thread, turn it, and insert it in the chain 2 space. Then yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2. This will give us a basic single crochet like this. And chain 1 to make it a similar length to the half double crochet. 1 more half double crochet in the same space, and there are 2 thread tails, one from the end of second round and one from the thread we are working on now. They will be enclosed together when working on the third round, just like second round, and chain 1. 2 half double crochet in the chain 1 space from the second round, chain 1 again, go to the chain 2 space corner. So every corner you do, 2 half double crochet, 2 chain, 2 half double crochet. and chain 1, 2 half double crochet in the chain 1 space from the second round, chain 1 again in the next corner space, 2 half double crochet, 2 chain, 2 half double crochet, and chain 1, 2 half double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1 again in the next corner space, 2 half double crochet, 2 chain, 2 half double crochet, and chain 1 again. Two half double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1 again, and last 2 half double crochet in the very first chain 2 space, and chain 2 and slip stitch in the very first loop of third round. Cut the thread, leaving about the length of your finger, and pull it out. If we look here, other than this thread that you just cut, there are 2 previously enclosed threads like this. Pull each thread as much as possible, then cut the tail as close as possible, just like second round. Now we have a motif. However, the shape is not exactly square. Normally, after crocheting the project, it is time to do blocking, but for this motif, we will not do blocking. Instead, we're going to use an awl like this. It's better if the end is curved or angled like this. Insert this awl into all 4 corner spaces and pull it like this. If we pull too hard, the thread may break, so pull gently to make it into a square shape. All done! Pretty square shape, right? Now we are done with the motif. We have 27 mini granny squares. Now we will join them one by one to make a bag. Now, when you're done with the 27 motifs, place them like this. Place 15 motifs at the top and 12 motifs at the bottom like this. Now, we are going to join all the motifs with slip stitch. I will tell you the order of joining motifs. First, we're going to join along this line marked as number 1 with a slip stitch. Then join number 2 here. And after joining along lines 1 and 2, cut the thread and sew the thread tails inside slip stitch lines. For number 3, join them horizontally like this and leave extra threads. Join number 4 as well and leave extra threads for number 4 also. We will later join the end of number 3 with this number 8 and the end of number 4 with this number 7. So it would be good if you could leave some extra thread for number 3 and 4. Then join number 5, join number 6 like this. After joining numbers 5 and 6, cut the threads to about the length of your finger and sew them inside the slip stitch lines as before. And we will join the thread left at the end of number 3 to this number 8. With the thread left at the end of number 4, we will continue to join number 7 here. After joining all those, we will make the side of the bag connected. You see number 9 here, join the sides, the bottom, and the sides. Lastly, we will join along this line 10. When we join the sides, the bottom, and the sides again, we will get the shape of a bag. As you can see, this side will be connected to this side, and this side to this side. This side will be connected to this side, and this side to this side. Then all sides will be connected, and the bag body is complete. Now, let's start joining all of them. First, we will join these two granny squares. We are going to insert the hook into the chain from front to back. Do you see these two chains in the corner? Of those two chains, insert the hook into the chain on this side, not the chain on this side. Insert the hook into the chain on the side we want to join now, from front to back, and insert a hook into the chain of the second granny square. Chain on this side we want to join, same as the first one, from front to back. So, with hooks inserted into both chains, take the thread. Yarn over and pull through all. Yarn over again and pull through two. Then the two motifs are now connected at this end. From now on, do one slip stitch for each chain. Insert the hook into this next loop and insert the hook into the next loop of the second granny square. Yarn over, pull through two chains and pull through again. So we just finished one more slip stitch. Do one more slip stitch in the next loop on top of the half double crochet. Insert the hook into the chain from front to back of both granny squares. Yarn over, pull through two chains and pull through again. We just joined 3 loops, 1 chain and 2 half double crochet loops, and now we will join this chain 1 loop. In this way, starting from the first chain, we can join a total of 10 loops, 1 chain, 2 half double crochet, 1 chain, 2 half double crochet, 1 chain, 2 half double crochet, and 1 chain. I will join all these 10 loops. After joining all the 10 loops, we will do chain 1 here before grabbing the next motif. Chain 1 and grab 2 motifs and do the same slip stitches through all 10 loops. After joining all the way to the very last granny square in line 1, do last chain 1, cut the remaining thread to the length of your finger like this and pull it out. So now the joining has been completed along line number 1 here. There are thread tails on the back. We can sew them inside along the slip stitch line we just finished. When you join, you will see an intersection point like this where you have to make a chain between the granny squares. Past the joined line, insert the hook from front to back, grab the thread, pull through again to make a slip stitch. So we will join all lines from 1 to 6 in this way. As we see here, line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are now all joined, and all the other lines were finished by sewing and cutting the remaining thread tails. For lines 3 and 4, leave some thread as I mentioned earlier. Now we are going to block this. This is the final stage as a plane. In the next step, we will fold the shape like this to create a 3-dimensional bag shape. This final stage as a plane is the best time for blocking. First, lightly wash our project in warm water, wipe off some water with a towel, and place it on the pad where you will be blocking. This pad was originally designed to protect knees while gardening or exercising, but I use it well for blocking crochet projects because it has the perfect thickness and hardness for blocking work. This product is also in the Amazon item link in bio, so please check it out if you need it. Pin each corner to make it into a square shape. We need to keep the shape neat and straight at this step, so that it looks nice later when the bag is completed. This is a very important step in making a pretty bag, so I carefully pin almost every corner. Pin in the corner like this so that it has a nice and square shape. After blocking is completed in this way, you can dry it for a day, or if you want to work a little faster, you can dry it with a hairdryer. Once blocking is complete, remove all the pins. Now, the pattern for the bag is complete. It's a neat and straight, right? We are done with blocking. Now we're going to make this granny square pattern into a bag shape. Fold this part like this. Also, this part will be the bottom. Fold the part that will be the bottom like this, and fold the part that will be the side like this. then the bag we are trying to make will look like this. Now just connect the threads from lines 3 and 4 that I told you to leave long all the way to this back side. Connect it all the way to the back here, so please connect these two lines first. Just join all the way with the same slip stitch. For the intersection part in the middle, pass the joined line, insert the hook from front to back, grab the thread, pull through again to make a slip stitch, just like we did before. When you joined all the way to the back with the remaining thread, from line 3, do the final slip stitch into the first loop on the front side. Cut the thread here and sew into the slip stitch line inside the bag. Now that all the horizontal lines are joined, we are going to connect the side of the bag from here down to the bottom and the side again. Slip stitch and chain 1 at the end. Cut the thread and pull. We have now finished one side of the bag, and now we have the other side to work on. Now, with all the motifs joined like this, we are going to finish the bag by crocheting the upper band. We are going to crochet 4 rounds on the top of the bag with a single crochet only, and I'll explain how many stitches are needed in total by showing the pattern. This is one motif. One motif has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 loops at the top. There are 10 loops in one motif, and there is one loop between connecting motifs, so we do 11 single crochet per motif. A total of 8 motifs are connected at the top. 3, 1, 3, 1. There are 8 in total, so 11 loops times 8 motif, a total of 88 loops. You can work 88 loops around the top here, total of 4 rounds with a single crochet. You can start the first stitch anywhere, but I usually start from the back side rather than the front side, so that the connecting stitches are not visible from the front, and the thread tails remaining from joining the side will be enclosed while working this upper band. For the first round, we will crochet back loop only. If we crochet back loop only, the remaining front loop will create a border line for a prettier finish. So insert the hook into the loop and single crochet 10, 1, 10, and 1 stitches. For the first single crochet, hold the thread and insert the hook under the thread, turn it and insert it into the first back loop, then yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2. This will give you a basic single crochet like this. From the second single crochet, you just do regular single crochet stitches, insert the hook into the next back loop, then yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through 2. So let's do 88 single crochet for round 1. Now, I just finished 88 single crochet in the first round. I'll show you how to finish round 1 and start round 2. Remove the hook from the last loop you just worked on. Leave the loop like this. If you look here, you will see the first loop of round 1. From now on, we need to insert the hook under both loops, front and back loops. Insert the hook into the first loop from back to front, then hook the last loop you just finished and pull it through toward the back. Now you are done with round 1, and for the second round, insert the hook into the same loop from the front, yarn over, pull through the same loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We just did the first single crochet of round 2. For round 2, instead of just working on the back loop, we work on both loops, just like this. Single crochet all 88 stitches. And since the 11th loop here is a stitch between motifs, the shape may be slightly downward like this. In this case, just pull the hook a little and crochet like this. The shape will be straight and pretty. So when you crochet the 11th stitch in between, remember to pull the hook a little. Please complete all 4 rounds in this way. If if you have completed all 4 rounds of single crochet. Let's finish the bag body now. Cut the thread and pull out. Using a tapestry needle, place the remaining thread under the second loop, not the first loop. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but just insert the needle into the middle of the last loop and the bag body will be complete. Just sew the remaining thread to the inside of the bag. Now that the bag body is done, let's make the bag handle. The bag handle will be worked with 60 stitches of half double crochet in 2 rows. Instead of starting the first row with a chain row, we'll start it right away with a half double crochet row. Let me show you how to do it. Make a loop around the finger like this and chain 3 in there. 1, 2, 3. Don't tighten this loop, just hold it like this and work. We'll pull this loop later. Then yarn over, insert the hook into the very first chain, yarn over, pull through that chain. You see 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again, pull through just 1 loop. This loop you just made is the chain loop for the first half double crochet. Yarn over, now pull through all 3 to make the first half double crochet. We will be working with 60 half double crochet like this. I'll show you how to do the second half double crochet. Yarn over. If you look at the top, there is a chain loop like this. Remember how we made a chain loop for the first half double crochet? That chain loop. Insert the hook under that chain loop, both loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through just 1 for the chain loop, then yarn over, pull through all 3 for the second half double crochet. I'm worried that you might not be able to see it because it's so small. Let's do 1 more stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook under the second chain loop we just made, both loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through just 1 for the chain loop, then yarn over, pull through all 3 for the half double crochet. Now we have 3 half double crochet stitches. In this way, we will work a total of 60 half double crochet. Now we have a row of 60 half double crochets. Insert your finger into the starting loop you first made and pull it out. Then there will be no knots at the end, so the shape will be nice and smooth. Now let's work on the second row to make the bag handle a little wider. Only the first stitch is worked a little differently, so take a closer look. Leave the loop on the hook as is. Insert the hook from the front to the back under this last loop of the first row. Yarn over, pull through. Then you see 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 2, and of the 2 loops you just pulled through, insert a hook only into the left loop. Yarn over, pull through, you see 2 loops again. Yarn over, pull through all 2. Now you have the first half double crochet in the second row, and from this point on, we work 1 half double crochet per loop for a total of 60, including the first stitch you just made. Regular half double crochet from the second one. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Make 60 half double crochet like this in the second row. Now the bag handles are done. Please make a total of 2 bag handles. Once the 2 bag handles are completed, you can sew them to the bag body. Place the handle straight in the center of the left motif and sew. Here, there are 4 rounds of upper band. If you sew the bag handles 1 stitch at a time on the top round, the stitches will not be noticeable from the front and you will be able to finish it beautifully. Then, let's sew the bag handles like this. Now, This is what it looks like after sewing one side of the bag handle. After cutting the thread from the inside of the bag, tie it twice and sew the remaining thread inside. There is no thread left on this side, so sew here in the same way with new thread and then finish it in the same way as before. Sew all 4 places like this and attach both bag handles. Now, if you've attached all the bag handles, ta-da! It's completed! This is a small and cute miniature granny square bag. The front and the back are pretty. The inside is also neat and pretty too. I hope you can make a pretty bag by watching my tutorial. If there is anything you do not understand or have questions about, please leave a comment. I will reply in as much detail as possible. Thank you so much for watching this long tutorial video. See you next time with a tutorial video for the new bag. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.